Hi, it's Sue from Kind Living. One of the things we talk a lot about in class is fascia. I like to think of fascia as a series of stockings, like a giant body stocking from your toes to the top of your head. I also like to think of putting on a giant glove. And if there's an area of the fascia that is rigid, as maybe the tone is there's too much tension, it can have an impact locally, but also it can have effects elsewhere, further away from the area that may be experiencing some tension in that tone. Many people complain of having shoulder issues, and very often there's issues with the shoulder itself. But I find it often really helpful to pull the lens back and to move away from the shoulder and see how things are working there. Just to give you a little visual and something you may wish to try at home, I'm going to get a baseline for what my shoulders are doing. I'll just turn my back to you and I'll just come into this position here and get an idea, whether my fingertips can touch, and without forcing. I know that my fingertips are close, but they're not quite touching. I'm going to do a little series now to help mobilize the wrists. Our hands are often held in rigid, fixed positions from too much time on keyboards, too much time gripping the steering wheel. So you can start by bringing your hands together, and I learned this from Dr. Nicholson, an incredible source of wonderful information. And then I turn my hands away, and then keep going, and take the backs of my hands. I've got to bend my elbows, really keeping the backs of the wrists, and then I do a great big circle. And then I start again, hands together, hands away, backs of the hands together, forming another circle. Hands away, back, 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 elbows up. I've got the palms facing me when I end, hands together, turn away. And I'll often do this 5-6 times in each direction. So now I'm going to go the opposite direction. So I take the palms facing me, bring the backs of the hands together, bend the elbows, and then I end up with my palms facing away. So I bring them together, turn them toward me, getting this great big circle. So you can see the elbows are moving, my wrists are moving. I'm doing my best to keep the backs of the hands together right up to the wrists. Let's do one more. Palms together, press, 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 reach and back. And then let's just see if working on suppleness of the wrist and hand, did that do anything to the mobility of my shoulder? So coming back to that same position, and I can easily touch my fingertips without thrusting my ribs, without forcing the posture in any way. So by improving suppleness of the wrist and hand, that can have a positive impact of what you're experiencing in your shoulders. Either way, it's beneficial to keep all of the tissues supple. Give it a try. Namaste.